The talks about Xbox, and their rebrand to return to form, if you will, which only means, I guess, the core Halo. Uh, I can say to assume Gears, what have you. Um, what does that look like moving forward? Like this next showcase, though. Um, Not to make this a Sony versus Xbox thing, like, cause they already lost. They already accepted defeat. These motherfuckers, Sony got them in a full Nelson headlock. Kurt Angle hold, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they already beaten them into submission. They already, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, accepted the fact that, hence the whole play anywhere. Like, you don't need to own an Xbox to play. You know what I'm saying? Their games. Um, but now it seems, being that, people do care about this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, now that it's not profitable, now that they know that it's not profitable, being that they aren't selling any systems, it only worked for a while. Like, putting their own games on there, Forza, Reloaded, like, it went to show you that people, they bought into it. They don't make it, it's here or there. It's neither here or there if the game is good or not, because I've heard, the Gears of War Reloaded is like, it's copy and paste the same game, if not even worse. Forza was already good, you know what I mean? They already made their money, they re-released it, it did good, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely worked on their end for that matter of time. Um, but going back to what I was saying, not to make this a Sony versus Xbox thing, but you look at what Sony got lined up with Wolverine and GTA 6. While GTA 6 being a multi-plat game, it's being marketed as a fucking exclusive, you know what I'm saying? Damn near, being that, PS5 Pro, I take it if it's not going to be 60 locks, you know what I'm saying? But they said maybe even 120. I got to do my research. But it might be a 60 lock. Uh, and that's going to be the best way to play. So that's going to fucking dominate with the charts being, regardless if you have a Series X, if that's your, primary console, it's gonna sell well. That's the outlier, you know what I mean? So GTA 6 is gonna be the saving grace. I think it's safe to say that, But moving forward with Xbox, it kind of made me think, like, scratching my head. I was taking a shower, got home, and I'm like, damn, like, what, this is pretty fucked up, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty sad, between the Phil Spencers, I think underneath it all, you know what I'm saying? Like, as sad as it is, and the people getting the studios potentially that might get cut. um Underneath it all, people just want to play great games as the consumer, you know what I mean? They just want to play great fucking games. um but what does that mean for the people that, you know what I'm saying, the Bethesdas and uh the other studios, so I kind of was thinking with that to stay okay, like the next showcase, whenever that is going to be, these motherfuckers got to come out swinging, bro, like hard, you know what I mean? Because again, like I said, like Wolverine, that's gonna fucking sell like hotcakes. You know what I mean? For team bundles back to back, that GTA and GTA 6, like, holy shit, bro, motherfuckers eating in the fall. But what does Xbox look like moving forward with their games? Because the last time we seen, the next big thing lined up was, don't quote me on it, I hope I'm not butchering it, Clockwork Revolution, which looks fucking great. You know what I'm saying? The new IP. Again, I have to do my research. I don't even know. It looks like an Obsidian game, but I think it's either them or the people that did Baldur's Gate 3, and like their first actual like 3D fully fledged like RPG game. It looks fucking dope, innovative. Kind of looks like Dishonored a little bit. You know what I mean? Some elements with there. There's a nice reference to where, like, okay, like this looks familiar, but like this is something totally new. Um, Fable is coming to PS5. That's not a timed exclusive. Halo Combat Evolved remake. That's a fucking mouthful. It's not a timed exclusive. It's safe to assume that, going back to what I said in the beginning, Halo, it's inevitably, being that that's like their rebrand again, which is fucking crazy to say. Like, okay, like, yeah, Halo. Like, I know what we said before about Halo. We don't care if games go to play anywhere, but all right, we're recanting our statement. Like Halo 6, I think it's safe to assume, for even though that's kind of one of the in a weird situation to where they haven't really been in a good spot, you know what I'm saying? Like critically, I guess you could say, because I'll stand by this. Like Halo Infinite, I thought was pretty decent. Like I don't know why people shit on that game so hard, but anyways, I digress. Um, but that's gonna come back, you know what I'm saying? And people are gonna love it and shit like that, or hate it. You know, it's too early to tell. But when I was in the shower, it really like, because I really want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, like the next couple, again, these next couple months, man, because I'm like, holy shit, bro. The really, again, like really for what we seen was Clockwork Revolution. Like there's really nothing that, you know, Xbox can be like. It's like the Xbox One days all over again. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of the generations, where it's like, fuck, like there's really not, or I should say, excuse me, the Xbox Series X generation, I should say, where you're like, fuck, man, like it's really not that. And then people were shitting on Forza, even though it was great, you know, but people didn't want to play a racing game. They wanted something like you know, the acquisitions didn't kick in and shit like that. You get, you know, the whole nine and shit. Damn, I'm losing train of thought. Just went on a tangent right there. I don't even know why I brought out that shit. Oh yeah, I was saying the reason why it kind of feels like that, because it's like this reboot era, you know what I'm saying, to where it's like, okay, like damn, like here's going back to no games again, even though there is third party games and shit like that. And again, mentioning, you know, the GTA 6, like that's gonna be the outlier to where it's like, okay, like, you know, even though it's gonna dominate on fucking primarily on the PlayStation, you know what I mean? It's gonna be fucking sold out with a place, gonna sell out PS5 Pros, and the bundles I can only assume that they're gonna do and shit is gonna be fucking crazy. Like people are gonna go ape shit because of shit like that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like Insomniac. Like it's, you know, only Insomniac and Rockstar can do some shit like that to where it's like, holy fuck, like, you know. God of War also, excuse me, with Santa Monica when they did their bundle. But yeah, I'm like, damn, man, like they really in a situation like on this fucking, like, it's like they lost so bad that the only way they can only, you know what I mean, come back harder. You feel me? I feel like, you know, I'm on some toxic positive shit, you know what I mean? On some, like, you feel me, some Doctor Strange 14,001 possibilities, you know what I'm saying? There's only one outcome, you know, that can help. Like that's the type of shit I'm on, to where it's like, damn, like this from their, like, looking at it from their optic, it's like they have everything, they have nothing to lose but everything to gain, you know what I mean? And just to piggyback more on that, because I want to get into that whole like Gears thing, because we have yet to hear anything from it, and I think, you know, it's about time, like we at least see something, because it's like now it's like do or die time. It's like, you know, you've lost all your fucking trust. You know, I said that this was gonna be negative, but like it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean? Like, well, let's not be delusional. You know what I'm saying? They're in a weird kind of spot right now, you know, but it can bring it back. So bear with me, you know what I'm saying? Just rock with me a little bit, because I think this will be how they can do it. We have yet to hear anything from the coalition yet, you know. Gears has been dormant for years and shit. While I don't think it's as catastrophic, you know what I'm saying, the damage has been, you know, like I say, like what 343 did with Halo. Again, going back to what I said, I actually like Infinite, but the damage has been done. Like for core, you know what I'm saying, I'm not the biggest like Halo person, you know what I'm saying, I'm just a casual player. But for like a hardcore diehard fan, like I get it. Like they have every right to, you know what I'm saying, have they gripes with it and shit, you know. But I don't, like, being the outside looking in, with that being said, I don't think there has been, you know what I'm saying, that much of a damage to Gears than it is to that it was Halo, you know what I'm saying. So Halo, and from when we seen from the trailer, like it looked like that shit even got me pumped, because I've come from the era with the Mad World and shit. I'm like, holy shit, this feels like old, you know what I'm saying, old school Xbox. You know, I think that gotten everybody, even if you weren't a fucking Xbox dude, you know what I'm saying, like me, like I was just on primarily PlayStation. That still got me, that hit me in the feels, because I grew up watching them ads and commercials and shit, so I know its impact, you know. So With that being said, I think it's up to them and Bethesda, you know, and the way they can bring this back. I feel like now that they're throwing this exclusive, like what is that? Okay, what does that look like? Exclusivity. We're gonna bring back. Okay, like as I bet before, as I was mentioning before. Let's go back to the bulletins. Halo, Gears. You know what I'm saying? Forza, I think that's you know what I mean. Like that's just gonna be a multi-plat game. I could be wrong, but just how things are looking now, it wouldn't be profitable for them to just, you know what I mean. Like it's so hard. It's just as twice as hard to get people the consoles in, you know what I mean, in people's hands and homes and shit like that than ever. So moving forward, for them to make a fucking Forza, you know what I mean? There's more PlayStation 5 consoles in people's homes than it is X. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a debate and shit. But while it is kind of counterintuitive, you know what I'm saying, what I'm about to say, because I did, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad I kind of brought that up, right, with the PlayStation 5, like the metric shit. Well, how many, you know what I'm saying, like how many consoles are like versus the other, it's a PlayStation versus Xbox, like how many of their actually, you know what I'm saying, people are buying them and shit. I still think that the only way, you know what I'm saying, to kind of combat or remedy all any of this shit is going time exclusives, bro. You know what I mean? Gears of War, you know what I mean? This next Xbox showcase, I don't know how they'll open it up. Like I think I can only assume that they'll probably have to open up with a lot of third party shit. You know what I'm saying? Ninja Gaiden's probably working on their next game, or you know what I'm saying, on the fucking, the blueprint of what they're gonna make. I think it's safe to assume that it'll be Ninja Gaiden 5, but I don't think that we're gonna see anything from them in a while. We have yet to hear anything from the next Doom, you know what I'm saying, DLC, for the people that care about shit like that, you know what I mean? But I think now it's just like, okay, like where's the hard hitters? That's what mainly it is, that people are looking for. But if the Coalition fucking comes out and they're just like, holy shit, man, like, you know what I'm saying, drop that bomb on us with the, timed exclusivity shit, as well as Bethesda, because they did it with Starfield, and don't quote me on that. I think as of now, Starfield is still on Xbox, you know what I'm saying, as well as the PC or NPC, you know what I mean. It's not on PlayStation 5 yet. If we haven't even heard, we don't even know if it's coming or not, you know what I mean. We heard rumors, but as of yet, people, you know what I'm saying, it's still on Xbox. That's the only way to play. So it's not like, you know what I mean, that Bethesda is foreign to doing shit like that, even though that was the, oh shit, the fuck I just dropped, breaking shit. That was a new IP and super ambitious for its own good and shit. I hear mixed things about the game, but I heard it's, some people say it's good, some people say it's bad, or just, I think it only, if there are some people that are made like in a gray with it, where it's like, okay, like it was good, but definitely overhyped, But the Elder Scrolls 6, I think, if you play, unless you live under a rock, if you haven't played Skyrim yet, like what the fuck are you doing? Like that's like, if not top 50, probably top 100, you know what I'm saying, one of the best RPG games of all time, you know what I'm saying. If you're an RPG, you don't even have to be an RPG guy. That being said, like Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be nothing short of amazing. So I think that would be like a fucking bombshell, if they were to do some shit like that, like go. And I think I'm almost 89% sure that's the reason why we haven't heard anything from them as of yet. Because there's no way with all this shit going on with Xbox and shit like that, and the Phil Spencers and these rebranding and the AI and shit like that, this wasn't, you know what I'm saying, about brewing behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Because it's like, shout out to Kinda Funny, and I think they mentioned this, but you really haven't seen, he was kind of like this invisible guy, you know what I'm saying, like you wouldn't really see it. Like again, go back to that last Xbox showcase, he was towards the end. Like usually he's more in your face with it. You know what I'm saying? He's a really good speaker and shit like that. And he kind of was kind of like in the back. So that kind of, you know, now that we know what we know now and shit, you know what I'm saying, with him resigning, it's like when you put two and two together, it's even more like, holy shit, like, damn, like, wow, not surprising him resigning, but we wouldn't seen it happen. We didn't know that it was going to happen like this, you know what I mean? With just it blowing up in everybody's faces. So that was more of a shock to everybody. Again, shout out to Connor because they touched on this really good, you know, with that whole, you know, because I didn't even look at it like that. I'm not even gonna lie, because it's like before I'm like, damn, like, you know, when the news got broke, I'm like, holy shit, like, damn, like, when was the last time we even seen this dude? And then when I went back and on, you know what I'm saying, into my memory log and shit, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like, he was definitely had a presence, but you really didn't hear from him. Like, he wasn't as vocal as he did, so it's not like he didn't know, you know what I mean, about him, you know, his inevitable resigning and shit. Resignation? Is that how you say it? Resigning? Um, but yeah, I think this new shorty, Asha Khan or something. I probably totally butchered that. That sounds racist as hell. I think she's like an Indian lady or something. I'm impartial. You feel me? I think, you know, it sucks that people. Who the fuck is this lady? I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like nobody don't like new faces. You know, Phil Spencer. It's sad, man. He's a very likable guy. You know what I'm saying? I like Shirabon as well. I think they were very. You know, to sit there and say like, oh, like they fucking ruined X. Like, I'm not even gonna get into all that shit because it's like, man, you just smoking dick. I feel like at that point, you know what I mean, to say that, like, nah, like that dude worked his ass off, you know what I mean, like he tried so fucking hard and succeeded, you know what I'm saying, from between backwards compat to Game Pass, you know what I mean, like he's definitely shaped Xbox and shifted it in the right direction too. You know what I'm saying? I should say. You know, I want to put an emphasis on that because I really do believe, like, I see the vision. Going back to the Xbox One days to when they first, you know what I mean? I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Now, to now, you know what I mean? With Xbox, it's incredible. You know what I mean? And this is coming from somebody that, one, is like kind of a games on a budget anyway as a consumer. But, like, this is like, holy shit, man. Like, some game changer. No pun intended, but, like, they really put a staple, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was definitely one of the faces, like a pioneer in this shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to him, man. Like, it sucks, but I can say I can safe to think it's safe to assume that he's just somewhere reaping the benefits of his labor anyway. Like, you know, you can look at him, you know what I'm saying, not to get, you know what I'm saying, I can only assume, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know the guy personally, obviously, but that shit comes with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, stress and shit, you know what I mean? Having to call being the fucking, you know, I think what somebody said, like the punching bag, you know, he definitely was like, had a couple, you know what I'm saying, like public black eyes and shit. I think I read or seen something like that. I like that kind of a now, as sad as it is, but it definitely was like, you know what I mean, like people, he was kind of like, you know, the industry's punching bag, you know what I mean? But he took it like a pro, so I have the utmost respect for him. Again, like, this is the same guy that made fucking Hi-Fi Rush even possible, you know what I'm saying? And he set that intention for other games to follow, like the South, the Midnights, the Claire Expeditions, you know what I'm saying? Like, giving P, like, he pushed that shit, and like he gave the power, the creative power, the power of the creativity in the creative's hands. I probably said that backwards, but you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, like, the utmost respect for him. I kind of went off on a tangent, but I wanted to get that off because I think, like, it's fucking nobody, like, you know, like, that's to celebrate somebody. It's fucking, I mean, that's just the world we live in and shit. Like, you gonna get people that, as much as people, one side you're gonna get people that don't like you, and another side you're gonna get people that love you. So that's just, you gotta take the good with the bad and shit, and just filter the rest of the bullshit out. But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest because I'm like, man, like, I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I'm a gamer first, you know what I mean? But I'll be the first one to tell you that you know what I'm saying, primary choice of console. Like if I had to pick one, a fucking gun to my mouth, I'm gonna go PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Being that I built a whole library from years and the nostalgia, if you want to throw that in there and shit like that for the years growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, while I do love Xbox, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like, you know, like I was playing, like I don't have the memories playing Halo and Gears. You know, I was aware of it, I was around, but like I had to go. It was some third party shit. No pun intended. I had to literally go to a friend's house to really like, cause I didn't own the console until later. Um, the 360, what have you. I didn't even have the original Xbox. You know. Um. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, like from my like, I guess you know, um, how I think that the only way that they can actually come back from this shit is like going that route. You know. Um. Cause you can't just go out and say, "Hey man, yeah, it's going to be returned." Like, yeah, you're saying all the right things, as people mentioned before. You know what I'm saying? All the game journalists and people and shit on YouTube and stuff like that, right? The internet personalities, and they're absolutely fucking right. Like, they're saying all the right things, but what does that mean? What does that look like? You know, like you're gonna actually have to fucking show us. What does that mean? Oh shit, my Resident Evil Requiem. I was about to say, did that come out today? What today? Oh yeah, that comes out this Friday. Okay, that's the preload joint. I was about to get hyped. Fuck this vid, nigga. What? I'm about to play that shit right now. Um, yeah, man. Like even, you know what I'm saying? Even shit like at the end of the day, we just want to be excited about shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, we have games, other, you know what I'm saying, good shit coming out. Nobody likes to see shit like this. We just want good things, man. And to talk about good games and shit. You know, nobody want to see games studios go under or get cut. You know, even though I think again, this is probably just me being negatively. What's that word? Like just annoying. I don't know, like an annoying positive person or something like that. Um, but I think if even if it were to happen, like people like Double Fine, like companies like that, they're gonna be good regardless. You know what I mean? Tim Schafer, like they've already built this you know, this kind of cult status to where it's like, you know, they can just go on and do their own shit and it's just more creativity in their hands. Like, you know, they kind of, you know what I mean? They just can just float around and just do anything. Um but as for like Ninja Theory and shit, like, you know, I would hate to see, you know, them get cut and shit. Not that I think that it will make, you know, um I think they'll be okay too. Or I should say Compulsion, I should say, because I fucking, don't quote me, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that's the people that did South of Midnight. I would love to see a South of Midnight too. You know what I mean? I would hate for them to fucking, you know what I mean? Just to get cut and that shit just never see the light of day again. You know, I think that was one of the games where it was just like, holy shit, generally blew me the fuck away. And that was one of the, if not one of the game, it won in one category. It was one of the nominations, excuse me, in one of the categories. That's the crazy thing about it. You look at that last Game Awards thing. They were, all those games were Game Pass games, bro. You know what I'm saying? Day one. From Ninja Gaiden to Indiana Jones, you know what I'm saying, to Declare Expeditions, man. So it's like Xbox Game Studios has, and just, you know what I mean, Xbox as a brand, like they've proven themselves more than capable of publishing great shit. You know what I mean? So all this shit it sucks, but one side, you know what I mean, like on the surface, yeah, it looks bad, it sucks, but underneath it, it's like, okay, like what is the, let's move forward. You know what I mean? Because this can only mean that, you know, there's more power in the creative's hands. You know what I mean? As I mentioned before, with, you know, with the Double Fines and Ninja Theory and shit. But if they don't get cut, which fingers crossed, you know, I hope they still keep them. We'll get to see even more great shit from them, you know, and that'll be the safe. That's the best way route that they will go. Where I see, you know, going back to the analogy with the 4001 outcomes and shit versus that one, the best option would go time exclusive, you know, and continue with gradually slow and slow do it more and more to where, because again, like there's more PlayStation 5 consoles in people's homes than it is Xboxes, so it would be counterintuitive to really push that whole, like, it's kind of hard to push that marketing rebrand, right? Um, like, hey man, like, yeah, we're gonna return the form and Halo and da 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 da, this, that, and third. Like, you can have to buy our box to play the game, but it's like, okay, like, fucking games and consoles are fucking, you know what I'm saying? Not to sound redundant, but I just, you know what I'm saying? It's important, you know what I'm saying, to say, like, it's not. It's more of a luxury than ever this day and age. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna go down any sooner with the prices. You know what I mean? Um, but for the people that already have it, how do we rebuy? I mean, not rebuy. I mean, kind of, basically, right? Essentially. But how do we reestablish this trust? You know what I'm saying? That we building, because they have already drifted away. You know what I'm saying? How do we make them come back? You know what I mean? So it'll be crazy, man. Like this expo, I'm really excited to see and interested. You know, I'm optimistically skeptical. You know, because while it's like, damn, like, wow, fucking Clockwork Revolution, that looks like a game for me. Like, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. You know, I'm a third part. I'll play anything. You know what I'm saying? But I would love exclusives as well. Um, Especially if they're really fucking good exclusives. For any console, from the Nintendos, you know what I mean? I have all of them. It's mine is the Nintendo Switch too. But I don't like to be, you know what I mean, pigeonholed into what I need to play. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just have to bite the bullet and purchase the shit, and that's fine. But excuse me, doing all this yapping. Got to tickle my throat. Let me drink some water. While all that being said, while it might sound counterintuitive, it's the only option. You know what I'm saying? And I think time to sleep that it's still safe enough. It's bold, but it's still safe enough to where even if we do, people don't buy the consoles and shit like that, and we don't see as much revenue as we thought we did, bro. Eventually, it is gonna go to PlayStation 5. You know, um, so we're not really losing out on anything. You know, Indiana Jones, Forza did great. It did fucking obsessionally well on the PlayStation 5. Gears Reloaded, again, is whether the game is good or not is neither here or there. People bought the game, you know, but moving forward, if fucking Wolfenstein 3, shit, hey, Elder Scrolls 6, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, you know what I'm saying, that game for now. We don't know. I mean, I think that's greenlit. But if Elder Scrolls 6, bro, comes out and say, like, hey, man, the trailer comes out, you know what I'm saying? Todd Howard comes out, the gameplay, the game looks great, and it at the end of the trailer, it's like, it shows that it's a time exclusive. And then, what's her name? Asha Khan, whatever, comes out, and it's like, hey, man, like, this is what she comes out, and that's when she shows her face, right? This is what I would do if I was her. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even show my fucking face until at the end of the show. And then hit him with that timed exclusivity shit, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? With Elder Scrolls 6 and Gears, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, both of them, or at least one of them, right? Because I don't know how far along Elder Scrolls 6 really is. From what we hear, we haven't seen anything. Gears was a CGI, but you know what I'm saying, was just a CGI trailer too. But the way how they kind of marketed it seemed not to in a distant future, right? Skyrim is fucking, I mean, Elder Scrolls is fucking huge, so it's like, from all we know, that could be a fucking 2028 game, for all we fucking know. I'll hate to assume that, you know what I'm saying? I'll love if it's 2027, mid or late, you know what I'm saying, at least. But Gears, you know, they show off the game, it looks fucking great, people are excited about for Xbox and owning the Xbox again, and they hit them with the, you know, yo, this is what we're gonna do with our brand, and this is what I mean by, like, you know what I'm saying, rebrand. You know, it's, she will put her steez into it, you know what I mean? Of course, you know, I'm not a spokesperson, so she won't stamp her over her words like how I'm doing. But if she would go out the gate with that shit, like, you know what I'm saying, to close that all out, that's what's, you know what I mean, will rebuild that. Like, holy shit, like, okay, like, this looks fucking great, maybe I should invest in this, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should dust this off. Maybe I should go back and play this. And I think, you know, this is gonna be You know, the good thing about this whole thing with the Xbox thing going back to its rebranding and shit, what does this mean for the Steam machine as well? You know, I have a video on my channel. I think it's like a two-part joint too. Um, I'm not gonna link it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't even feel I'm late. I don't even feel like doing all that shit. But just a synopsis, you know what I'm saying, of what I was saying. Like, I'm more interested to see, while it looks like an interesting piece of hardware, new hardware is always cool. I'm more interested in the games. You know, like, I've already built this foundation of having an amazing library of games and shit like that with the, you know what I'm saying, as well as hardware with the Steam machine. You know what I'm saying? That was like its mock test for excuse me, the Steam Deck being this mock test for, you already have like experience in hardware, you know what I'm saying, even though it was like a portable PC, but it was a great fine, you know what I'm saying, piece of product. And the mock test for the Steam machine, what will be later to be the Steam machine, now I'm fucking interested, you know what I'm saying. Then you got this Oculus VR shit going on for it. It's like, okay, third party, in this third party, you know what I'm saying, that's fucking awesome. But while all that sounds cool, Half-Life 3, Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3, uh, shit, maybe even a Team Fortress 3, man. Like, if they would have come out and be like, hey, man, like, you know, because they still gotta sell this console, like, and justify on why you're investing in this box. Like, what's gonna separate this from an Xbox versus a PlayStation? You know what I'm saying? Like, even though the functionality, and I can already, it's safe to say the UI is gonna look clean and shit. You know what I mean? We still gotta sell you on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are a competitor. You know what I'm saying? Um, so if they go, I remember going back to like that vid I was talking about. Like, holy shit! Like, what if that's an exclusive, bro? What if that's a timed exclusive? I just say, you know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be kind of like a fucking bold thing to do. I don't think it will be exclusive. It might, maybe one, but timed exclusive, I definitely can see that happening. You know what I'm saying? For that next Half-Life. You know what I mean? For Halo, Left 4 Dead, everything I just mentioned. So they can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they built that library. You know what I mean? Um, and Xbox can follow that same way too. You know, they're kind of in the same position. You know what I'm saying? Even though they were already far into the, I guess you can say, the competition more than, you know what I'm saying, than Steam. Because Steam was kind of like the redheaded golden bastard child. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like in a Nintendo situation. You know what I'm saying? With the where they can kind of do anything and fuck up it and try to, you know what I mean? Even though they've been killing it, to their credit, with the Steam Deck and shit. You know? And then Nvidia and all that. I'm not a tech gizmo, but you know what I'm saying, for what I've seen and heard, because I'm in tune, like, people like this shit, you know what I mean? Like PC on the go. Um, but now they want to get this in, as you know, in people's homes, to where it's like, okay, you sitting in front of the TV, the couch, you know what I mean, playing their games, getting a triple A experience, you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, if Xbox follows that same kind of like thing that I was saying, you know what I mean, like where I think Steam is gonna go, uh, I think they'll be okay. You know what I mean? While it not might happen overnight, you know what I'm saying? Like them rebuilding their trust, but if they start off with Gears, you know what I mean, with that timed exclusive shit, you know, and it's fucking great, man, like, slowly but surely, and they keep nailing that, and they keep, you know what I mean, and they keep, you know, delivering with the games, because like I said before, man, they are more than capable of publishing great shit. You know what I mean? Like, even if they have to put it on another console, like, they make great fucking games. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a debate. Uh, look at look at that past Game Awards. Like, everything, like Death Stranding was that it beat. There was not one Sony game that won. I don't think there was only one contender, which was Death Stranding. Everything else was Game Pass games. You know what I'm saying? So that's saying something. That should say something. You know. Um, but yeah. Before this derails, I kind of want to try to close this out. I'm trying to think if I covered everything I wanted to cover. Yeah, I just wanted to get this out. Because it just was on my chest, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of wanted to speak something more positive rather than, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, as I mentioned, like underneath it, it's all, you know what I'm saying? Like people just want to play great games, you know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I'm excited, super excited, super. I'm a watch them, you know what I'm saying? Cautiously, you know what I'm saying, and see what they do. Um, because I think they're really in a, they kind of put themselves in this unique situation to where it's like, okay, like you can only go up from here. Like there's no you can't dig yourself deeper than the hole than you are right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you get, you know, like that's not a good look. Xboxes, they, even though I don't buy into that shit, but it is kind of scary. You know what I'm saying, to hear. You know what I'm saying, and see pop up in your feed, you know, like, oh, this is the end of the beginning of the end and shit. And it's like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Like I'm a diehard, and I love PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gamer first, but you know, like I'll tell you, a gun to my head, bro. I'll tell you, bro. Like I enjoyed my Xbox Series X more than I did my PlayStation 5 this generation, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't play all the X PlayStation games, but I'll die on that hill, bro. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was in, you know what I'm saying, was probably. I'm playing this game right now. This game is fucking great. You know what I'm saying? Super excited, stoked for Kena Part 2. But God of War, I like this shit over God of War. I like this shit over Horizon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I played a good portion of God of War. Now, Horizon, Forbidden West, I probably have to get into the shot, you know what I'm saying? Because I barely even got even like an hour or two minutes, you know what I'm saying? Not even an hour into it, but I just lost interest. I thought it was over fucking bloated. It's just not my shit, you know what I mean? And that's okay. You know, so yeah, I'm one of them dudes where it's like I'm not gonna be, just because I like Sony don't mean I don't have to play everything. You know what I mean? I think there's this expectation. You know, same with Xbox, to where you feel like, oh, I need to, you know what I'm saying, play this game. Like I like variety. You know what I'm saying? Hence me kind of being like an indie dude and a third party guy anyway, because I think that's where most of the creative shit comes from. But some of these are most of these exclusives that Sony has been, you know what I'm saying, even though it was little, it felt like they did it, released them less and less, that, you know, they weren't hidden. They weren't hidden at all. Like Insomniac has literally been, and that's not even a question. You know what I mean? Like, or a debate, that they've been carrying Sony this whole fucking generation. Like, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? From Rift Apart, that's 3 games, bro, in one generation. Like, that's fucking wild, dog. And you know what I'm saying? I mean that in the most. I'm giving them credit. You feel me? But it's still kind of like bittersweet. You know what I'm saying? Because while I do love Insomniac, you know what I'm saying, and I'm super fucking stoked for Wolverine, it's like, holy shit. Like, where is Naughty Dog, bro? Like, where's the fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many damn times are we gonna hear about God of War thing? Like, you feel me? Like, wow, that's other people. They might be stoked about it. Like, oh, the God of War remake. I'm like, okay, like, I don't. Y'all can keep that shit for real. I'm gonna be real, man. Like, I'm gonna wait and see. And if it looks great, I'm gonna fucking play it, of course. But I'll be lying to you if I said I'm excited about it. You know, I need to see more. Um, I want to see some new shit. I want to see some innovative shit. You know what I mean? I want to see, you know what I mean? Like, here's just hoping, you know what I'm saying? You know, GTA 6, that's what's gonna, that shit's gonna come out. It's gonna shut everybody the fuck up, you know? Because we're gonna be just lose time to that shit. You know what I mean? Between the story and GTA Online. But, like, this future moving forward, bro, like, you know, like, again, I said that it started off with me saying that, oh, I don't want to turn this to a Sony Xbox thing, but it's this kind of more of like a Sony, like, you know what I'm saying, like, let's get it together, you know what I'm saying, Xbox and Sony, because y'all ain't doing too hot either, bro. Like, it's money, like, money wise, y'all know what I'm saying, like, y'all looking good, yeah, y'all pockets looking fatter and shit, but as far as like experiences, man, like, y'all haven't been delivering, dog, at all. You know what I'm saying? With the outlier being, with the exception of Insomniac. You know, and if y'all, it's only a matter of time. It's like y'all can't keep fucking that can't be the game plan. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. Like moving forward, you know what I mean? We're releasing less and less games on your console. You know, um, it's just not gonna fucking work. And to their, I don't want to say to their credit, but I guess it's not even me making an excuse for them. But I, again, like, if I just putting my thinking cap on, their game plan was, you know, their blueprint, not blueprint. That was too soon. Um, their game plan was fucking. See, that bad joke threw me off. What the fuck was I about to say? God damn. Oh yeah, that live service shit, you know? Between, you know what I mean, the marathons, the concours, the Helldivers 2, God of War, The Last of Us Factions Online Part 2, like we were supposed to be eating, dog, you know what I mean? And only two of them games that I mentioned, excuse me, three, you know what I'm saying? Because Destiny is still, you know what I mean, like kicking it, you know, as bare bones of a skeleton it is. People still, like, there is people that still play that game, I know, right? Which is crazy. um Only three of them games exist, which is fucking crazy, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that we could have even had that shit. And me, like, I'm not for, like, I love me some Marvel Rivals. Like, I'm a single player guy, but like, if it's cool, like, hey, two things could coexist, you know? I played me the shit out of Marvel Rivals. You feel me? Like, I gotta take a step back from it, you know, and go back to some shit like this, like a Kenya. Am I pronouncing that right? Bridge of Spirits. You know, because that's my shit. Like, single player, that's where I come from. Like, my background. You know, that's the foundation of Sony. You know, like, is great exclusives and shit. And when they do, for their to their credit, when they do make them and they do come out with them, you know, if most of them, if not all, hit. You know what I'm saying? But this generation has been the exception. And moving forward, like, Sony, man, but like, I can't keep doing that shit, bro. Y'all need to start canceling fucking shit, games too, shutting down game studios, talented game studios, and just, you know, make them, you know. Honestly, because I'm still hurt by that shit. Like, and what fucking, who thought that The Last of Us, like, and where did they think that shit would not have been profitable? Like, I still can't wrap my head around that shit, you know. Like, we would have been eating, dog, this whole fucking constant, and I wouldn't have complained, you know. And maybe that's just me being biased, and I'm just upset because in my feelings, because and you know what I'm saying, biased because I like The Last of Us, you know what I'm saying. I'm a hardcore Last of Us fan. And two, like, maybe that's just me saying it because, you know, like, it doesn't happen, and that's just me, you know what I mean, romanticizing the idea of even having it, because who it might have came out and been stupid. But I digress. No, like, I'm a bit, no, not, fuck that. Even if they did some shit like The Last of Us Factions too, like, from when you play like the Last of Us Factions, right, on PS4, which is still active, by the way, remastered, you know what I'm saying, or on PS3, still has a very booming, you know what I'm saying, player base, player count and shit. I would have been cool with that. Better graphics, same kind of gameplay mechanics. I would have been fine, bro, if The Last of Us 2 came out with a multiplayer. I swear. And they just kept giving us content. You know what I'm saying? Or they, you know what I'm saying, basically want like the Helldivers route. You know? To where it's like, okay, you pay for the game. You have to buy The Last of Us Part 2 to own the game. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a IE Helldivers slash GTA 5 online. You know? Even though I think now GTA Online, you don't even have to, you know what I'm saying, own the game. Don't quote me on that. But I think it's only safe to assume that GTA 6 Online might be free to play too. But that's a whole nother topic. Yeah. But yeah, that's my spiel. I'm gonna close this out. I appreciate for the people who stuck around. Uh, for the, you know what I'm saying, listening to me trying to formulate common English and shit. Uh, yeah, I don't do this scripted, so I just go off the top and shit. You know what I'm saying? And say what comes to mind. But yeah, this is hopefully the last I have to talk about shit like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. You know, um, because I would like to see, you know what I mean, like moving forward with Xbox, them stuttering like a motherfucker. I would like to see them like really uh turn this around for the better, man. Because as how things are looking right now, bro, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of this year, it's looking dry like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. All right. I will say till next time, but y'all probably this is probably the first time you even tuned into me and shit. Or the people that did subscribe to whatever and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or not. Check this game out, man. If you haven't played this shit already, holy shit, dog. Like if you were old school, um, speaking of Sony, old school PlayStation, you know what I'm saying, person, like you like the Jack and Dexter, or just a fan of platformers in general, check this the fuck out, bro. This shit has generally left me speechless, from the graphics, the gameplay, story. Like, if you a fan of Pixar, you know, like, I don't want to get into spoilers, but I will say this though, like a lot of the people, from what I've heard, shout out to Matty Plays, because he made me hip to it. Like I didn't know about, I knew about this game, but I saw him talk about it, so I'm like, and that, well, first I saw that state of play, you know what I'm saying? That's what really inspired me to re-download this shit. You know what I'm saying? That was like my game of the show, you know what I mean? Excuse me. I have to drink some water. But when I heard him talk about it and shit, I'm like, holy shit, maybe I should play this game. But I was already, it had my curiosity now, but now has my full attention. You know what I'm saying? I was like, uh, the nigga off of Django, Leonardo DiCaprio's character and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Candyland man. I'm like, first you got my curiosity, now you got my attention. So I'm like, yeah, let me re-download this shit and actually play it, because I had it in my back. I don't even remember buying the shit. I don't know if I got it on PlayStation Plus. It was just sitting there. So I'm like, all right, bro. It generally has blown me away, man. Like for real. Like I get excited about a game. You know what I'm saying? Me, like, I don't know. Like maybe it's because I'm getting older and shit, so I don't get to play that much. You know what I'm saying? Games like single player games. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say I'm stuck for I'm, you know what I mean? Like I'll play like a multiplayer like this. My duration of gaming is like limited, you know what I'm saying, with being an adult and shit, you know what I'm saying? Um, but there comes a time around when you do sit down and actually have time to play like a nice single player game that doesn't overstay its welcome and shit, and it has a great story and it's fun. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, it really, like, this has been, you know what I'm saying, like healing my inner child. Like, I don't even know like how to explain it, bro. I feel like I'm just like fucking glazing this game, but now it really has, like, bro, like it's like so Jack and Dexter, so Pixar, so like if this shit was a movie, I'll watch it, you know. So super excited for Kenya Part 2. Um, but yeah, man, I'm gonna close this out. Y'all gotta stay up and stay blessed. Y'all definitely check this out. Was I recording this? I was. Okay, I'm 40. I would have been, woo. Even though I can always go back and save the past broadcast. But I would have been sick. And I'm like, you mean to tell me I was talking like a crazy person in my room? I mean, I'm kind of, technically I am right now. You know what I'm saying? But talking to my imaginary artist, but I would have been sick. But alright. See ya. Goodbye for real. Y'all gotta stay up and stay blessed. I mean.